Hello, 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 Anna. Hello, everyone.
Hola.
Welcome to hola. Welcome to Verbling. I'm Teacher Oakley, and in this class, we will once again be looking at collocations, as we have at this particular time slot all week. Today, specifically, we're going to look at collocations which are associated with living in the country, rural life. Rural as opposed to urban life, the common adjective used to describe country living. Collocations, of course, phrases, sets of words, 2-3 words that go together. Commonly adjectives and nouns that pair up, or sometimes verbs and prepositions, verbs and object nouns, adverbs and adjectives. The words that native speakers commonly group together when they describe or talk about these situations today. Living in the country. Okie doke. Let's get started. Anna, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you. And you?
I'm good, thanks. Okay.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, as always. Okay, Sasha has joined us. Hi, Sasha.
Hello.
Okay, hi. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm okay, thanks. Good. Mustafa, good to see you again.
Hello, teacher. Good to see you.
Great.
Good afternoon. Correct. Good afternoon for you.
Yeah, it is. And Julia, hello.
Hello.
Hi, Julia. How are you?
No, I'm fine, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever. Okay.
Yes.
Hello. Hi, Ken. Welcome to the class. Hi, Ken.
Yes, hello, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. And also, hello, Natalia.
Hello.
Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
Bit thirsty. Hi. Okay. Let's get started. Sorry, I'm running a little bit late today. Kind of had a fun role play class last hour. We got a little carried away. You know, it happens. Anyway, let's jump right in. Collocations about rural life. We're first of all, we're going to do a little reading. I'm going to read a little writing piece about living in the country. Anna, can you get us started?
Okay. From my room, I look out over the surrounded countryside.
Okay, surrounding.
Surrounding.
Right. Okay, this collocation, the surrounding countryside, well, what are we talking about?
We were talking about around the fields, the area around the fields.
Could be. Could be, you're definitely not talking about the ocean, so it could be fields, mountains, hills, whatever. Basically, when you use this phrase, surrounding countryside, you're talking about whatever you can see.
Okay.
From where you are. Yeah. Very strong collocation. Okay. Whatever. There are a lot of hills in the surrounding countryside. We use it as a reference. It's very common. There are many small rivers and streams in the surrounding countryside, like that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
you.
Sasha, like vicinity. Exactly like vicinity. Oh, very good. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. That's a very direct synonym. Very good. Thanks, Sasha. Sasha, can you take over, actually?
Yes, it's very different from the familiar landscape I see from the windows at home.
Okay, very good. Another strong collocation. Okay, landscape. What do we mean when we say landscape? There's really a couple things we can mean.
Oh, like a territory. Landscape.
Maybe, how about terrain? Kind of. You're, well, okay. Natural views, Mustafa says. Really, there's three. It's all how you use it. The landscape can refer to like a landscape painting. All right, is obviously a painting of the views. Sure. Okay, if you're talking like in this sentence, it's a very different than the familiar landscape from home. You're not really talking about the views as much as you're talking about the type of views. Are there hills? Are there mountains? Are there fields? Is there a pond? Is there a forest? Is it a desert? Okay, so in this sentence, you're talking about it more generally. Sasha, how about landscape as a verb?
Landscape. Oh no, I've never heard of it.
Really, it's not only is it a verb in the United States. I worked as a landscaper a couple summers when I was younger. It's hard work. To landscape, we landscaped the wealthy homeowner's property. You landscape a property. When you do that, you dig up a hole, create a pond, you move some big rocks onto the lawn, you maybe create a stone pathway up to the front door, you put a garden here, you plant a tree there.
Yes, I got it. I think there is a professional like landscape designer who creates beautiful places in town and
exactly
near houses. Yes, yeah, I got it.
That's right. So it can the word landscape can always be used that way as well, to talk about actually physically manipulating the terrain. Terrain is okay, rough terrain. It's very rocky terrain. It's sand. It's hilly terrain. Terrain and landscape, as in this sentence, are very closely or very close in meaning. Okay, but also you need to be aware of that other use of landscape. Right. Okay, continuing. Moving on. Mustafa, can you continue? From at home.
At home, it is gentle landscape with open fields.
Okay, gentle landscape. What does that mean to you, Mustafa? What are you probably looking at?
As I see right now, the definition, like landscape,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, landscape with nothing extreme or threatening about it.
Threatening. I don't know what's threatening about any landscape, personally. Okay, it's a rocky cliff. I don't feel threatened by it. Okay. Oh, okay. I don't really understand this threatening myself, but okay. Very generally, what you're talking about is nothing steep. Gentle landscape. Really, you can think of it quite physically. No steep inclines, no dramatic angles, just maybe gentle hills, open fields, no giant rocks, no big angles, basically, is what it is. It's actually quite physical. Open fields, all right, yes, Mustafa, open wide area, okay. Open fields, okay, Now, let's talk about Mustafa. What is the opposite of a gentle landscape?
I don't know, like rough landscape. I don't know.
Well, you'll probably never guess it. If you go to Mars, for example, you might describe it as a harsh landscape.
Okay.
Harsh landscape. All right. Okay. Mustafa, what would be the opposite of open fields?
Enclosed field.
Closed fields. We don't really say that, actually. Okay, if it's not an open field, what does that mean?
Field like with the fence like around it.
Yes, exactly. And you might call that a fenced-in field. There's a number of fenced-in fields in the surrounding countryside. Okay, so you can see fields, but there's clearly fences bordering the fields. It's not open. Open, basically, exactly, the key word being fences. There are no fences in an open field. Okay. All right. Continuing the next little bit here. Julia. Julia, next sentence here.
Here it's a black landscape with rocky mountains in the distance.
Okay. And this word, Julia, is bleak. The bleak landscape. Okay, what's an example of a bleak landscape?
I'm not sure, but I think it's the opposite of gentle landscape. It's something like cold, not attractive, not comfortable.
Well, kind of. When I think of a bleak landscape, Julia, I think of the moon, Mars, the Sahara Desert.
Mm-hmm.
I think of no plant life, no animals, no life. Okay, a bleak landscape. There's an inference that there's no life, that it is very difficult to survive. So there's an element of thinking about life. A bleak landscape looks dead. Okay. Now, Rocky Mountains, I guess that's pretty obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Full of rocks.
Yeah. Julia, do you know what? There is a range of mountains called the Rocky Mountains. Do you know that? Do you know where the Rocky Mountains are? Little geology quiz.
Full of mountains, and these mountains are rocked.
No. They're like where do you live, Julia?
In Milan, in town. So
in Milan?
Mm-hmm. In Italy.
Great. How's the expo going?
Quite good. I think that today there is the Michelle Obama. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wish I could go to it. I really do. Okay. Anyway, okay, there you are in Italy. You have the Alps. Yes? Which stretch down into Italy. The Alps. That is the name of the mountain chain. Yes?
Alps.
The Alps. Yeah.
Dolomite.
Can
you write it down, please?
Sure. Okay, the Alps.
Okay.
Over in Asia, we have the Himalayas.
Yes.
Right? That's what I'm talking about. The names of mountain chains. Where are the Rocky Mountains?
In the north.
North where?
North of Italy. It's the northern border of Italy.
Well, okay. Like the Andes are in South America, the Himalayas, the Urals, Russia. The Rocky Mountains are in the United States. That is the line of mountains that goes from way up in Canada all the way through the United States down into Mexico. That chain of mountains are called the Rocky Mountains. The Rockies, like the Alps, the Himalayas, the Rockies. That's what they're actually called. That's the actual name, not the description.
Okay.
All right. Did you not know that? Well, I've taught you some geography. Very good. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Talking about walking around, hanging out in the country. Okay, Ken, can you read? Actually, read a couple sentences here.
Okay.
They're short.
Yesterday, we followed a path down to the lake. As we turned a corner, we caught a glimpse of a night fisher standing in the water.
Okay. All right. Follow the path is really simple and obvious. You follow a path. You
Follow a road. Maybe path is a usually narrow road or something. I'm not sure.
A path is usually you couldn't drive on a path. We do have a bike path, okay? Like in cities, you might have a bike path in the park or something like that. But again, there would be no cars. No cars on a path. You wouldn't talk about motor vehicles on a path. Yeah, a path is for bicycles or foot traffic. Okay, yes, you follow a path. Not only physically, but you can use it metaphorically or abstractly. He followed a path to destruction all his life. Okay, all right. He's following a path to success. Obviously very abstract, but very strong collocations, both concretely and abstractly. Okay, we turned a corner. Another one that can be concrete or abstract. Very strong collocation. In fact, an idiom. It can be physical or it can be idiomatic, metaphorical. So, turned a corner. Of course, you would probably think about doing that walking in the city. You walk around a building and you take a perpendicular street, you turn a corner. That's quite obvious. However, when you're walking through the forest or something, if you make kind of a 90-degree turn, you can also use the same physical meaning, turned a corner. Ken, what does it mean, the idiom? The idiom went, okay, for example, I was living a crazy life, and okay, a really wild party life, and but I met Susan and my life turned a corner. What does that mean?
Your life direction changed.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Change direction. Well, there you go. That's pretty obvious when you put it that way. Okay. You can mean change from bad to good. You can mean, okay, the football player, he was been working on his scoring for years now, and suddenly in the last 2 weeks he's turned a corner and he's suddenly improved vastly in the last 2 weeks. So, okay, maybe he got a lot better suddenly. Caught a glimpse. Another strong collocation. You catch a glimpse of. You can include. What does that mean?
Maybe see it. How can I say? See it. Believe.
Briefly.
And briefly, yeah.
Yeah. You see it out of the corner of your eye.
Uh-huh.
An idiom that we use, meaning the same thing. All right, Ken, do you know what a kingfisher is?
Oh, maybe fisherman? I don't know, lake or something.
No.
Or the
Yourself.
animal?
Okay. I mean, does anybody else in class know what a kingfisher is?
Yes, it's a bird with beautiful colors.
It is.
Long, sharp beak.
Very good. Yes. Very good description. Good job. Yes, and
Okay.
they use that long beak to hunt for fish. Yeah, you usually see them around water. They're very pretty, actually. True. Okay, let's continue. Natalia from
Yeah. Okay.
John.
Mhm.
Okay.
John tried to take a picture of it, but it caught sight of us and flew off.
Okay. Well, that's really simple. So one more sentence, please.
So, a little further on, we rounded a bend, and St. John's Abbey came into view.
Okay. There you go. Well, we all know what take a picture is. Snap, snap, photograph. Okay. It's possible. I just want everyone to know it's possible to take pictures of other things besides yourself. Just kidding. Okay. The next collocation, caught sight of us. What does that mean? Does that mean? Yeah.
I suppose that so the bird noticed us, saw us.
Yeah, noticed is very close. All right. And you can, okay, here, it caught sight of us. We caught sight of him. Yeah, could go either way. All right. That's it. We noticed him. He noticed us. Okay, a little further on, we rounded a bend.
I suppose it's similar to turn a corner.
I suppose you're right. Turn a corner would be a very sharp change in direction. Round a bend, a more soft, gentle, gradual turn. Yeah. We just, because it's related, kind of, and another collocation, a bend in the river. Rivers tend to have these gentle curves. So it's very common to use the collocation, a bend. I was fishing on a bend in the river, for example. That's very common. Something, the Abbey came into view. All right.
So the Abbey appeared, or we saw the Abbey.
Yeah, appeared. So it came into your range of vision. That's it. Okay, great. Anna, can you take over from the Abbey? Anna, are you there?
Sorry, teacher. The abbey fell into ruin about 300 years ago.
Okay. What does that mean? It fell into ruin.
It's clear. It's a building. It's in ruin many time ago.
Yeah. Okay. Ruin. Okay. Ruin as a noun. It's a little. It's a common collocation. Fell into ruin. Meaning that it implies that over time it fell. Here, normally when you fall, ouch! I fell down. Okay, it's very quick. But when we use fell into ruin, it means something. Yes, slowly deteriorated.
Yes.
Ruins, of course, the noun that refers to really old buildings that are, in a state of disrepair. Okay. All right.
Teacher,
Yes.
may I ask you?
Sure.
What's the difference between like abbey and church?
That's a good question. I That's a very good question. I don't know. What is the difference? Does anybody know? Is an abbey somewhere where people actually live there? Is that the difference?
Yeah, I suppose that Abbey is some kind of a monastery, as far
Yeah,
as I know.
I think so. So people actually live there. A church, people just worship there.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Okay. Can you finish this one up, Sasha, please?
Although it lies ruins, it's well worth seeing as it lies in ruins. It is well worth seeing as it stands in a dramatic setting on a steep slope beside the fast-flowing river with mountains towering above it.
Okay, lots of collocations here.
Yes.
It lies in ruins. Okay. Right now, it is in ruins. Okay, another common phrase, collocation, lies in ruins. Okay. Well worth seeing. Okay, basically a recommendation.
Yeah, should see.
You should see it. Okay.
Mhm.
Dramatic setting, another collocation. Dramatic setting, something you would take a picture of or see in a postcard. Okay. Very astounding. Yeah, impressive. Okay, steep slope, Sasha. What is a steep slope?
Steep slope, it's like a dangerous place, maybe on a cliff.
Not quite a cliff. A cliff is going to be, you know, a 90-degree angle straight up. Maybe not necessarily exactly, but close. A steep slope will be, you know, the angle, the incline will be, you know, very
Dangerous
high.
to go down, like so
Maybe.
maybe 45 angle.
Maybe 45.
Something.
Great.
Something like that.
I like 45-degree angle. It's amazing when you're skiing or hiking or whatever in the mountains. A 45-degree angle, when you see it on a piece of paper, it doesn't look like much. Yeah, okay. No big deal. But when you're hiking it or skiing it, that's steep.
Yeah, on a bike.
On a bike, yeah. It's real steep if you're going up. Absolutely. Okay, of course, a steep slope goes together with a fast-flowing river. Obviously, a river that's on a steep angle is going to flow faster. Okay, mountains towering above it. Okay, definitely another very common collocation to describe a natural area. Okay, however, we also use towering, even, okay, I met some basketball players one time at a rock concert, and I enjoyed talking to them even though they were towering above me, and I felt like a child in their presence. So people can tower too. The mountains look like they're, okay, they rise dramatically. Okay, another collocation, rise dramatically. Okay, they look like they're very steep. They very close but very steep. Okay, continuing. Let's look at another one here. Mustafa.
Okay.
Yeah.
The cottage is in some wonderful unspoiled countryside on the edge of a dense forest.
Okay. This is interesting. I think British say unspoilt and Americans say unspoiled with a D. What does that mean, unspoiled countryside, Mustafa?
Good.
Good?
Countryside.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, good. Something like this.
Basically not ruined by humans. So very natural. No, not dug up, changed, fenced, polluted, like that. Yeah, nature, natural nature that man hasn't touched yet. Okay. On
And
the
just sorry, teacher. The
yeah,
cottage is like a cave.
cottage is a small house, one floor.
Oh, okay.
Okay, is a cottage. Anna, did you
Yes.
have a question or a comment or something? Sorry, I didn't really notice that you.
No, no,
Oh,
teacher.
okay. All right.
I answer the question to Sacha.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. All right. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. I just caught a glimpse. I thought you had a question. Okay. Mustafa, dense forest. What is a dense forest?
Forest, I know it's forest exactly, like the same meaning, obvious. And the dense, like
Yeah,
from density maybe.
that's right. So a dense forest has, of course, many, many trees. It's hard to see through. We also collocate strongly thick forest or thick under bushes and plants are underbrush. Okay, thick forest, thick underbrush. Okay, so those are also collocations. Okay, let's continue. Thanks, Mustafa. Okay, Julia.
Okay. Unfortunately, the trees block the view of the snow-covered mountains.
Okay. Block the view. Of course, very common collocation we can use, not just talking about this, but many things. Do you have a good view out of your apartment window, Julia? Or is there anything blocking the
Yes,
view?
yes. Fortunately, I have a good view because I live on a seventh floor,
Great.
so I could see also at the mountain that are
Nice.
behind the town. So it's perfect.
Great. So nothing's blocking your view. Okay. All right. That's great. Snow-covered mountains, as you obviously, that's pretty obvious. Mountains with snow on them. Sometimes we say snow-topped mountains, mountains with snow on the very tops of them. Snow-capped is another very common. Snow-capped mountains, when you see mountains in the distance and there is clearly snow on the top of the mountain. Snow-capped mountain is a very common collocation. Actually, more common than this one, I think. Okay. All right, let's continue. Ken? Okay, hang on, Ken, just a second.
Okay.
Sasha, you can say pristine, absolutely, a pristine forest, for pristine countryside. There's no problem. I just forgot these collocations or whatever. Pristine countryside, pristine forest, virgin forest is common, but not virgin countryside. And what was the other one you asked about? I just didn't catch it.
Intact.
No, we don't use that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's a good question because while we use one, very commonly we don't use the other one like ever. So good question. Okay, Ken, can you take over there?
Okay. It has a little garden with a stream at the end of it. The stream winds through the forest. They wanted to build a timber factory here, but the local people said it would destroy the countryside, and fortunately their campaign to protect the environment succeeded.
Okay. Okay. First of all, Ken, the stream winds.
Stream wine.
Yeah. When it's a noun, it's wind. Wind. And when it's a verb, it winds. So if it's winding, what does that mean?
Kind of long and winding stream.
A long and winding
A lot of them.
stream
Yes.
to your boat. Yeah, okay, yeah. Obviously, yes, it collocates with winding road, winding stream, winding river. That's right. Right, it bends back and forth. Yeah, absolutely. The other two collocations are pretty obvious. Destroy the countryside, destroy the whatever, destroy the forest, destroy the environment. And the opposite, of course, protect. Protect the environment, protect the forest, protect the river, protect the mountain, whatever. Okay, we protect and we destroy when we're talking about the environment. It's pretty obvious. Okay. Oh, all right. All right, let's see if we can quickly zip through these other collocations. Language of tourism. I'll have you read the example sentences here. Natalia, uninterrupted view.
From most rooms, there are uninterrupted views of the castle.
Okay. Very common collocation, but obviously nothing blocks the view. We looked at block the view. So an uninterrupted, so Julia, our friend Julia, has an uninterrupted view of the mountains. Okay, very good. Okay, Anna.
Yes. A panoramic view. From the top floor, restaurant dinners have a panoramic view of the countryside.
Okay, a very wide view. There's cameras that can take a panoramic picture. You know,
yes.
Those really long pictures, really cool. I like those. But of course, Anna, top floor restaurant diners, the people. The dinners can't see much of anything.
Yes, restaurant dinners, but at the moment, I don't know, apart from have dinner, I don't know.
Okay, you know, one N here is a diner. That's a person eating. Diner. Okay.
Yes.
A diner can be also a form of restaurant where traditional foods are served, traditional basic foods. But here it's obviously a person. A dinner with two N is the food that they're eating. So unless they're eating live animals, the dinners don't have a view.
Okay, thank you.
If they're eating live rabbits, they have a view. Okay. Another one that collocates with view, Sasha, spectacular.
From the balcony, there is a spectacular view of the mountains.
All right. Very dramatic, a dramatic view, a spectacular view, fantastic view, great view, lots of adjectives, obviously, collocate with view. Let's talk verbs. Mustafa, enjoy or admire the view.
Okay, we stopped for a few minutes to admire the view.
Okay, do you ever do that, Mustafa? Do you ever stop when you're taking a walk, bike ride, driving, whatever? Just admire the view?
Yeah, sometimes, because there is a few area like I can like enjoy a little something. Because here, like my country or my city exactly, like it's rich with the industry, and the industry like of oil destroy and ruin the view, basically.
Ruined the view. Very good. That's a good collocation. Yeah, well, that stinks. That's too bad. Okay. Okay, next collocation. Julia.
Okay. breathtaking scenery. The area has some breathtaking scenery, mountains, cliffs, lights.
Okay, breathtaking. Wow. Like that. Okay. Scenery. Okay. And there's we can co-locate just as in with view. Breathtaking. We can say breathtaking view. Spectacular view, panoramic. Okay, we can say spectacular scenery, but we can't say panoramic scenery or uninterrupted scenery. View is has to do with the looking out, and scenery is the more passive, what you're seeing. So you got to be a little bit careful with what you co-locate with what. Some will work, some words, adjectives will work with either view or scenery, and some will not. So you need to be careful of that. Okay, moving on. Next one, Ken.
Okay, dominate the landscape. The castle dominates the landscape for miles around, can be seen from long away.
Okay, something dominates the landscape. Really, there's a couple of meanings. Okay, Anna. Fine. Okay, really, there's a couple of meanings. Can be seen from long away. Yeah, but also it can mean that it draws the eye. That you look in that direction, and that's what you're going to look at. Maybe because there's nothing else to look at, or maybe because it sticks out very good.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're whatever,
Can I have one question?
Yeah.
Can I say that castle is gorgeous or now? Yeah, maybe yesterday you mentioned about the word gorgeous, but my American friends say gorgeous can be used for the beautiful woman, or so.
Yeah,
you cannot say gorgeous castle or something.
No, you can. It would be very common for a woman to say, "Oh, that's a gorgeous dress," for example, inanimate objects. It's a little strange to use for a castle. That's a gorgeous car. Okay, that's better. There's an element of sexy, and I don't know about you, Ken, but there's really nothing sexy about a castle. It really doesn't do anything for me, anyway.
Maybe luxurious castles. That works, maybe.
Luxurious castle? Yeah, that would imply that it's very, very comfortable inside and you're well taken care of. Expensive, could be. Okay. Spectacular castle. You could even use breathtaking castle to say how impressive it is. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Natalia. Beach stretches. Okay.
A beautiful beach stretches for miles along the coast.
Okay. Common collocation. White beach. Okay. I don't know why, but anyway, a beach stretches. We definitely use that to obviously exaggerate the idea that it's long. We don't say a river stretches, do we? The Nile stretches for over 1,000 miles. Yes, we do. You can use this one for river too, when I think about it. The mountain range stretches for 500 miles. Okay? So actually you can use this verb. It is being used as a verb. Okay. For several different natural features. Okay. Anna, you're back.
Yes.
Okay. Sandy Beach.
Okay, the hotel has its own sandy beach.
Okay.
Its own beach.
Beaches are sandy by definition, but again,
Yes.
here we see a collocation in English where we're basically being redundant.
Okay.
And this
Okay.
happens a lot. We use an adjective and a noun that basically we're saying the same thing. I think we keep running into this the more of these types of classes we do. What do you prefer, Anna? A white sandy beach? A black sandy beach? A golden sandy beach?
Oh, a golden sandy beach.
Okay. Okay. Well, there you go. Just there are different colors of sand, and it's very common to use this phrase, this collocation, with a white sandy beach.
Sorry, teacher. In my no in Seville, but in other city of my region, the beach are always with golden sand.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Fine,
Cool.
fine golden sand.
Very nice. Where I live in the Philippines, the best beaches are white sand beaches. They're so bright.
Okay.
And there's other beaches that are just yuck. Whatever. Dirt colored. I don't know. Gray.
Yeah. Yes.
But we never say that. So I should actually mention that. We don't say it's a gray sandy beach. No one would ever say that. You would, in that case, you would just say there's a sandy beach. Fine. We do have rocky beaches. It is possible.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a strong collocation, but it's true that in Spain also exists this kind of beach.
Rocky, yeah.
Yes. The sand is like a stone, small stone.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. So it is possible. It's to use that as a collocation as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Next one, Sasha.
Secluded beach. You will love the secluded beaches.
Okay. Obviously secluded, not many people. Let's see. Can you think of any other nouns we use secluded?
Yes, I know. Try to remember.
Yeah, me too.
Solitary, maybe. Solitary.
Oh no, I mean other secluded spot is one. We found a secluded spot in the forest.
Couples like secluded places.
Well, yes, they do. Secluded places. Okay. Secluded oasis. Secluded spot. Yeah. Okay. Just trying to think of
resort, maybe.
Secluded resort. Secluded hotel. Yes. I was trying to think of that. Okay. Kind of already mentioned about golden sands. Often golden. All right. You can wander for miles along the golden sands or the white sands or the black sands in Hawaii. Okay, we kind of already talked about that. Mustafa?
Okay. Peaceful, tranquil countryside. And you can quickly go from the hustle and bustle of the town to the tranquil countryside.
Okay, little pronunciation. The hustle and bustle. Hustle and bustle.
Hustle and bustle.
All right, everyone's hurrying around, got somewhere to go. Beep beep, noise and running around and all that. Hustle bustle, hustle and bustle. Mustafa, tranquil.
Tranquil.
Okay, tranquil. Tranquil, being close to peaceful.
Quiet.
Of course. You know what a tranquilizer is.
What the heck is on?
If I shoot you with a tranquilizer gun, what will happen, Mustafa?
I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, if I shoot you with a tranquilizer gun, you will fall asleep very quickly. It has a dart. Scientists shoot like the rhinoceros with a tranquilizer gun so that they can go, tag him or do experiments or something like that. Okay. Okay. Let's see. We don't have that much time. Let's see. What are the underlying, correct the underlying collocation errors. Let's try this. Let's try this exercise. Okay. Julia.
Hello.
Okay.
A chain.
Yep.
A chain of covered, snow-covered mountains
Very good.
runs down the east of the country.
Yeah. Snow-covered or snow-capped is also common. Snow-capped mountains. Okay. Like this next one. Ken.
Okay. The Wassaw River, the country's biggest, dances slowly from the northern mountains to the sea.
Dances.
Maybe flowing like a dance.
Okay. What would fit grammatically? The country's biggest, the Wassaw River, verb, slowly.
Dances sounds like verb to me.
Yeah, dances is wrong. When water dances, what does that mean?
A flow? Or
No. First of all, we don't really usually say water is dancing, but if you did, to me that means like boiling water when it's rising and falling and rising and falling.
I see.
Fine, then I might say that the water's dancing. Actually, I've heard that before occasionally. Okay, your water's ready, it's dancing. I've heard that. Put in the spaghetti. I've heard that before, but it's rare. So no, dances is wrong. You're supposed to correct this. So what is the correct verb that should collocate? A river what? Flows slowly from the northern mountains to the sea. I think what they're looking for here is winds.
Winds.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. No, I don't know other about to describe.
Probably winds.
Winds. Okay.
Winds slowly. Okay.
Winds
right.
can be a verb too. Okay.
Yes, yes. Okay. Winding is the adjective, windy. Sometimes windy, but to wind is a verb. Yeah. Okay. Anna, back to you.
Yes. Even in summer, it is a sour landscape with its dark, stony mountains and its cold streams.
Okay, probably not sour.
It's like a isolate landscape.
No, isolated would actually be a positive thing. Except we wouldn't. It's an isolated place. We wouldn't say an isolated landscape. A landscape's too big to be isolated. It's huge, which you can see from miles away. No, not isolated. Let's see. Let's go back to landscape. Okay. So this is negative, not a sour landscape.
Bleak landscape.
There you go. It's a bleak landscape, or I verbally, not in the lesson, but I told Mustafa harsh landscape would actually be even better here. Bleak has a sort of inference that there's no life. So I don't know, this like the desert, but a desert is bleak. I think harsh landscape is better here because you're talking about mountains. Okay, with its dark, stony mountains. Stony's not right. Anna?
Yes, stony. Maybe Rocky Mountains?
Yes, exactly. Okay.
Okay.
Sasha, next sentence.
But for me, it's the family landscape of my childhood, and I'm happy that the government has decided to guard this environment.
Okay, not family landscape.
Gentle.
Could be, or could be, since it's of my childhood, the familiar landscape of my childhood.
Familiar.
Okay, the countryside where you grew up, the familiar landscape of my childhood, and the government's not going to guard the environment. We would never say that.
Preserve
the environment is possible, yes, or protect the environment.
Protect.
Yeah, either one. Preserve also works there, actually. Okay, Mustafa, last one.
It is a dramatic set which is a lot worth visiting for anyone who likes spectacular views.
Yeah, it should be spectacular views. It is a dramatic, not a set.
Views? I don't know.
View. It's a dramatic view. It's a dramatic landscape. Yeah. Could be either. They're both nouns. Not as it is a lot worth visiting, but do you remember?
It is worthwhile. I don't know.
It is well worth visiting.
Well, yeah.
Well worth visiting. Yeah, that's it. Okay, we are out of time and overtime. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.